What's good YouTube, it's your boy Nelson Ambills and welcome back to Adulting 101. Today we start a new challenge. I had loads of messages on Instagram. Our most viewed video at this time is about building your credit score. It's something I think everyone should be conscious of and we should try and do. It's especially important when it comes to getting a mortgage or loans or any kind of credit. So knowing your credit score and having a good credit score is important. Today we start the challenge of building a real person's credit score. He sent me his credit score. I haven't opened the email yet, so that's why I'm filming right now. We can open it together. Over the next, I'm gonna give it 6 months, and we're gonna check in every month. I'm gonna film every time I do something to try and improve the credit score. I'm gonna try to get it to as close to perfect as we can. We're going to be using Experian as the reference agency. My credit score on Experian is 999 out of 999, so it's the perfect credit score. And I'm going to try and action the things that I said in my first video. If you haven't seen that, it should pop up. Go and watch that video. It's 5 practical tips on how you can build your credit score. And I'm going to literally implement those same principles into my man's credit score, and we're going to get him a perfect credit score. So, without further ado, let's look at what he has sent. And it's not attached. We had some technical difficulties where the email attachment didn't actually come through, but we are back now. So his credit score is 445 out of 999, and according to Experian, that is a very poor score. We'll go through it. He's on the electoral register. He's got his address on there. Got a joint account, so that could be something. Once you have a joint account, if you have a joint account with someone, then their record affects your record, so that could be something that's detrimental to his score. He has some CCJs on his account as well, which is obviously going to be, it's not going to be good, is it? So he's got two CCJs, one for £252, one for £267.
During this part of the video, I kept on referring to his current accounts as credit cards. This is really annoying. He has 3 current accounts, one with Lloyds, one with Santander, and one with Monzo.
A mortgage, a credit agreement here with a finance company, and this is going back to 2017. So there's one thing to have a bad credit score because you have no history, and there's a second to have a long credit history but poor management of it, and we're looking more at the latter here. So we do have some work cut out for us, don't we? Hire purchase. So that looks like a car note, £300 for 60 months. So we have some defaults on these, which stay on your account for 6 years. He's got a credit card, credit limit's £1,000, current balance is £637. So when you're using your credit, the rule of thumb is to stay within 30% of your limit. So if your limit's £1,000, you should spend £300. So at the moment, he's using 63% of his credit limit, which basically implies that you're not in control of your spending. And then it has a long list of previous searches. So whenever you apply for credit or you apply for phone contracts, anything that requires a check on your credit score, it comes up on your report. And whenever you open a new bank account or set up a new phone contract or take out a mortgage or anything, it does a credit score, a credit check, sorry. When you do loads of them, it comes up and it actually has a negative effect on your score. So we've got the credit report, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through it in more detail now. I'll write down some keynotes on what we are going to address first.
Here are the key points I wrote down. Number 1, get on the electoral register. Our case study was on the electoral register, but for some reason removed himself. Number 2, He has a joint mortgage, so I've asked him to double check with the other person to see if their credit score is any good. Number 3, CCJs. If he's paid off the CCJs, he needs to make sure the court is aware. To do this, you can request a certificate of satisfaction. Once you have this, you can submit this to Experian and let them know to take this off of your credit score. Assuming he's paid off the county court judgment, if it was done within 1 month, you can get it taken off your credit score. This will drastically improve his rating.
Jeez, got that fade again. Yeah. Yo.
What's going on, bro?
What you saying?
How about the work?
First thing is, you're not on the electoral roll. Can you go on it?
Yeah.
It says you have a joint account with.
Yeah.
So what's that about?
That's a mortgage, isn't it?
Have a good credit score.
I don't know about credit responsibility.
So you have 2 county court judgment, and you need to like ring up the courts to say that they're done.
Okay.
And then
All these need to be done myself.
you have no money in your current accounts. You have a credit card that your balance is £1,000 and you've used like 700 of it, and then you have no money in your bank accounts. So on the snapshot, it looks as though you're struggling. At £300 in each of them.
Oh, 300 there?
Yeah. Credit card balance. Clear the balance.
I thought that boosted my credit rating anyway.
It doesn't. Like paying the minimum balance is good, but you're like 600 out of £1,000. Do you know what I mean? So it's like you're using 60% of your limit, and then you have no money in your other account. So it's like, is this what you're living off of? It says you have an open credit with EE, but there hasn't been a balance that's been paid for ages.
Really?
Yeah.
Number 4, put money in your current accounts. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, lenders will see a snapshot of your credit rating, and if it shows that you have no money in your account but lots of money in debt on your credit card, they're less likely to approve the credit you've applied for. Number 5, pay off your credit card balance. If you can afford to pay off your credit card balance, you should do that. Paying interest when you don't have to is literally throwing money down the drain. And lastly, number 6, it showed on his credit report they had an open credit file with EE but showed no monthly payments. I just told him to give EE a call and find out why that's happening. Over the next 30 days, we'll try and action these 6 points, and then we'll check back on his credit score. And over the next 6 months, I'll be documenting in short videos how it's improving and what he's done over that month. If you're enjoying this series, please like the video, make sure to follow me on Instagram, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm out!
I think it's a good one to document your series.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, I'll see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
But I'll get onto that though.
Alright.
I'll get onto it.
Alright, cool.
Alright.
So cool. I spoke to him with the bullet points I put down on how to improve his credit rating. At the moment, it's 445 out of 999, which is very poor according to Experian. So I've spoken to him about how we can try and get that up. The trim is looking crazy!